Hello, everyone. Welcome back to 30 Days to Becoming a Lighting Ninja. I'm David Henry from LearnStageLighting.com, and this video looks a little different than previous ones because this is where we're taking a little shift here. It's day 12, and I'm taking a shift now in two ways. One is that this is the first video that I'm doing inside the visualizer, which you'll see in a second. Right now, it just kind of looks dark. But the second shift that I'm taking is that we're going ahead and now starting to talk about playback, okay? Because prior to this, we've been talking about, grouping fixtures together, programming tips, where to put your lights, what console to get, etc., etc. And now we're starting to dive into the artistic, to the, once you get going with your show, how do you create a great show? How do you play back your lighting, whether it's for music or something else? And so we're going to do a lot of that inside the visualizer. We'll still be back on the camera sometime, but I'm excited to have you here today. So hopping back into this, I want to introduce to you guys a concept called IFCB. Okay, so I'm just going to turn on some lights here, some basic front lights so we can see our guy here on stage. This is just kind of a standard band looking set, but it could be a church show, or if you work with theater, that's totally fine too. You can imagine yourself in a theater. These principles work for any of these. And what we're trying to do here is I want today to illustrate a principle that I use every day when I'm lighting. When I sit down to program, I use this 4-letter acronym called IFCB. And if you've been around Learn Stage Lighting before, you've probably heard this, but if you're new here, you may not have heard this. And so this stands for intensity, focus, color, and beam. And what this is basically some groups of the different parameters that lights have, the different things that we can change in a lighting rig on a particular light. And these groups are basically, we can take everything a light can do and we can put it in one of these 4 groups. And then when we want to make a change on our stage, and this is really the key, when we want to make a change on the stage, we use one of these or all 4. But it's really a great way of thinking, a great way to go through things and really open up your creativity and help guide you as you're programming. So let's just talk about them quick. I'm going to turn some other lights on here. Let's turn these guys on, bring these guys up to full, and these floor lights. And then I've also got these back blinders here. So when you do want to make a change on the stage, the first way to do it is with intensity. In fact, I just, brought up some lights. Say I could even just, chase between, these lights and these lights real subtly with some music. And that's an intensity change on the stage, right? Maybe I bring these guys down and I just start bumping them, depending on the type of show that it is. I can bump through these different lights, etc. And I can really get a variety of different looks there by using intensity. Of course, I can bring these guys up to just blind out the crowd as well. And so, when you're looking to make a change on the stage, like I mentioned, you want to use one of these 4 tools. And what I like to recommend, unless you really feel like the music is calling for a particular type of change, that if you're trying to make a change, think about, okay, do I want to make a change in intensity, moving something around, or have I done that recently? If you've done it recently, then, move on to focus, color, or beam. And so focus is probably, obviously, we're talking about movement here and moving lights often. We can move around to different places on our stage and get the ability to point our lights in different directions. That's one way to use focus. Another way to use focus that is fairly similar is just to, illuminate or not illuminate different areas of the stage. And so we can kind of use intensity to build focus as well. So I can, pull out my front light. That looks interesting. It creates more of a focus on the forms on stage instead of the practical. I can bring out my backlight. I can, maybe only turn on my floor lights, which are right here. There they are. And, maybe move them. And so we can create focus just by shifting where someone is looking on stage. And I gotta admit, these are actually derived from my art class training back when I was in school, because the art teacher would say, these are the elements and principles of art and design. And these various things that we've adapted to lighting as intensity, focus, color, and beam are in art as well. And so, we can move our lights around, all right? We can turn on different lights in different areas if we don't have moving lights, which I know is the case a lot of the time. And that's totally okay. And so we've got intensity, we've got focus, we've got color, which of course is changing colors on our stage, right? Changing between different colors. And over the next few days, I'm going to go deeper into this and have more examples. And then last, we've got beam, which is, tossing in different patterns, different gobos on our stage, having different shapes of the beam through the air. So we're kind of out of time for today, but I just wanted to give you guys a brief overview today, give you folks that. And then tomorrow we're going to dive in and I'm going to show you how to create this change on your stage and give you some examples of times that would be good to use intensity and focus. And then we'll go through the rest over the next few days. I'll see you guys back here tomorrow. Until then, if you have not grabbed my free guide yet, 4 things you must know before you buy any lighting equipment, go ahead, grab the link right here and make sure you do that, or the link is below the video as well. I want to get this information into your hands so that you can save yourself time, frustration, and money. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks.